It's never easy to answer complex legal questions in the 2.5-minute time frame of live TV, but attorney John Haymond from the Haymond Law Firm does it every Tuesday, and he joins us again. Mr. Haymond, let's get right to it. The question from Scott A. today. He wrote in to say, my 8-year-old son was bitten by a dog as we were walking down the sidewalk to his school. He assumed the dog was friendly because we own a couple of dogs of our own. The ER doctor said he is probably going to need plastic surgery. What would you suggest we do?
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, Tim. And as a dog owner of 3, I can certainly relate to this. We love our dogs. Everybody loves their dogs, and everybody says, my dog is friendly. And that is until your dog bites somebody else. The law is very clear that subject to taunting, teasing, or tormenting of the dog, there's no basis whatsoever to defend this claim. So, number one, I would certainly, once you go to the hospital, the dog warden is immediately brought into the picture. They make a determination whether or not the dog has had its rabies shots. If not, you're going to have to undergo rabies shots, which are terribly painful. But more important than that, we are then in a position to determine whether or not there is homeowners insurance. Now, homeowners insurance is going to cover the injuries caused by the dog. And when we talk in terms of the doctor saying that there's a possibility of plastic surgery in the future, you really don't know the answer to that for at least 8 to 10 months from the date of the accident. But I can tell you there's different types of stitches. You know, there's butterfly stitches, normally don't leave a scar. There's glue that they use that normally doesn't leave a scar, but your typical traditional stitches do leave a scar. So after 10 months, we typically set our client up with a plastic surgeon for a scar evaluation, and whether it can be remedied or not remains to be seen. But until we have an answer to that question, we're not going to resolve that claim. So we advise every client well in advance that we're not going to resolve this until we know the full extent of the injury. If that injury is on your face, it's far more significant than if it was on your leg, for example. Right. And if that same scar was on a female's face, it's far more significant, sure, without sounding like a chauvinist, but it's far more significant than on a man. And there's a psychological, right, component to it that we bring into the picture.
Yes. Okay. Well, and this is just something you have said over and over, Mr. Haymond. These things take time, that the wheels of justice can grind slow, but they grind finely. So patience is a virtue. And thank you again for addressing that in, like we said, the short time frame of TV. As always, 1-800-HAYMOND or HaymondLaw.com is where you can go if you would like to ask the attorney your legal question. Moving on, though.